Everyone, welcome. Welcome to our Jukai for 2015. It has been a long road to be here, but we are all gathered. A couple of people are still going to be joining us in a few minutes, I hope. But we are gathered. Those who are watching at home know that you are sitting in this room with us. Have no fear. You're not missing anything. We are all together and all present. Right now, as we always do for our Zazen Kai every week, I will be entering and offering incense. You should be standing in shashu. That's with your hands crossed in front of you like this. Unless you have a health reason, some folks need to sit, that's fine. After I offer incense, you will hear the bells. We will have 3 bows, followed by reciting the Heart Sutra and a dedication, and then 3 bows again. If you would join me in prostrations, please do, or you may accompany me with a deep gasho. Watashi sanpai shinagara, gasho shite kudasai, sankai. Yes. Mr. K is here. He is receiving Jukai today, and he is the Jisha. Thank you, Mr. K.
Thank you.
All right. Dosho, if you're ready, I think we can begin.
Ready. All 6 honored ones up until me honored one and Udo also honored one. And to all other honored ones throughout history, male and female honored ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid, we also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering. Life, speed, peace, and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all people, to the peace and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maharajna, Paramita.
We will now begin our ceremony. You may remain standing in Shashu, or if you need, you can be seated. All right. We will now have a few minutes of Zazen. If you wish, you can be seated, please. Everyone, please rise. I'd just like you to wave too. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Give me a wave if you can hear. I just want to check our sound. All right. Good. Good. I will now ask you, させてください、写真。もしよろしければ仏像に3回座禅してください。I will now ask everyone to please bow 3 times to the image of Buddha you have selected in your room. This can be anything. It can be a Buddha statue, it can be an open space, it can be anything you select, but it reminds us of the sacred space. Would you please bow 3 times to the Buddha altar in your room? I will now commence our ceremony with a little water just to open the altar here a little bit, a little sprinkle with our leaf. We're tree leafers after all, and a little smoky incense. Hopefully this is going to make nice big smoke for us. Let's see. Yes, good this year. Sometimes, some years, I have trouble getting that lit. All right. Oh, yeah. Boy, call the fire department. We are all set. I will now ask all of you to be standing in Shashu while I just say a few words about today's event. Boy, it has been a long road for all of you to come here. As you know, in our Zen practice, the road is every step by step of the way. Every stitch by stitch of the Zafu was total and complete in itself. Many mistakes, many needs to redo, many lessons to be learned. Yet we keep moving forward, never finished, nowhere to go. But here we are. We studied the precepts, reflected on each one, found the meaning for them that resonates in our own heart, found how they fit in our own life, each precept containing all precepts. And here we are. You've worked very, very hard for today, but I hope you realize that it's just the beginning, because applying the precepts, learning the Buddha way, is something we do every day. It's not as if this ceremony works some magic and then you can forget all about all these things. Tomorrow, the day after, there will be times when we can fall into anger. We can become greedy. We can say a nasty word about someone. We might steal something when no one's looking. We might imbibe alcohol to excess. Life is a constant series of temptations. That is the real Jukai ceremony in that moment. That we will handle that moment with sincerity and grace, gentleness, avoiding harm to ourselves and to others. Selves and others are not two, by the way. これから優しく生きてください。Jukaiはね、今日じゃなくて、明日、明後日、優しく生活すれば、あれは本当のJukaiです。会の意味は毎日毎日です。 Okay. Very good. Now, if you have an altar in your room and you would like, please go to your altar and light incense. After you've lit the incense, you may wish to offer gasho and return to your place. Now at this point, you're going to prostrate or gasho 3 times to where I am sitting. This is not to me as a person. This is more like the judge when he walks into the courtroom and everyone says, "All rise, Your Honor." It's not about me. It's about the Buddhas and ancestors that I simply represent today. I just sit here in their place. You can forget all about me. But if you would, kindly offer 3 bows to the place where I sit. Now, if our spokesmen are here, if they would turn their microphones on, now is your big debut. We will have a vow, and I would like you to repeat after me. Our spokesmen are here. Get close to the microphone. Life and death are of supreme importance. Let me hear you, please, our spokespeople. Unfortunately, I'm not hearing. Oh well, got to get up and do something. Hold on a second. Bryson, can you unmute yourself? At the top of the screen, there's a little place to turn your microphone on. Let me see what happened here. Well, I need a spokesman. Would someone jump in? Let me hear somebody.
Hello?
You're the spokesman. Very good. Repeat after me. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
Hey, you got to put more soul, more spirit into it. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
And time swiftly passes by.
And time swiftly passes by.
Thus I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Thus I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Jinsei Nijikai. Kai, onegaishimasu. So you need this. Very good. I am very glad you are asking to receive the precepts. would you please prostrate 3 times in your place? One thing about these Zen ceremonies is you get a pretty good workout, I must say. I will now recite some words. These are traditional words spoken at Jukais from through the centuries. I believe they are from, no, I know they are, Master Dogen's words from his writings on Jukai in the Shobo Genzo. And just listen to what I say. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestor after ancestor. The receiving of the precepts transcends the 3 kinds of time, past, present, and future, and the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakashapa. Master Mahakashapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda, and it is said the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line, and so, after many ages, has come to me. Now I am bestowing the precepts upon you to return the profound benevolence of our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, and to make you the standard for human beings and all life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom and life. Respectfully, following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and atone. The word atone, by the way, in our way is atone and at one-ment. Listen to my words and wholeheartedly say the same words after each line. A spokesman, wholeheartedly, all right? All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
All harmful acts ever committed by me since of old.
Acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
Acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
On account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance.
On account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Now I atone for them all.
Now I atone for them all.
Now we have cleansed ourselves of the products of body, speech, and mind. With the approval of Gautama Buddha, all Buddhas and ancestors, we have gained great purity through our atonement. And so now, receive the precepts precisely. Thus first we undertake the 3 devotions. As I bestow the precepts, please have your hands in Gasho. Please repeat after me. Do you have, Mr. Spokesman, do you have this in front of you to read?
Yes.
Good. Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching. Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching. devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Sincere devotion to Buddha, sincere devotion to Dharma, sincere devotion to Sangha.
Sincere devotion to Buddha, sincere devotion to Dharma, sincere devotion to Sangha.
Please prostrate 3 times. In this group, hear me. Please bow 3 times. Just want to make sure. Everyone give me a wave that you can hear. Would you give me a wave that you can hear? Okay. All right. Next, I will ask you to pick up the leaf that is on your altar. I'd like you to hold it out towards me and then symbolically touch your leaf to my leaf. This just represents our in a traditional way, our connection. First, I, in a traditional way, will touch it to my forehead 3 times. This means Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Little water. Now I will hold it out to you. Please touch your leaf to mine. I will touch my head again. The giving of the precepts of 3 demotions is like this. Oh, wait a second. You come here. Get down. Get down. The giving of the precepts of the 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now I give them to you. You should retain them sincerely. And now, the 3 pure and universal precepts. Mr. Spokesman, after I read each one, I'm going to ask you to affirm these.
Okay.
Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to avoid doing harm. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. I will ask you 3 times. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
More oomph, Mr. Spokesman. Will you
Yes, I
seek
will.
to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
That's better. Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted from ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please bow 3 times. Now, the 10 fundamental precepts. I shall read them. Please hear with all sincerity. To seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life. Kurosanai. Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in generosity and refrain from taking that which is not given. Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire. Number 4, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from false and malicious speech. Number 5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in all its forms. Number 6, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from unconstructively criticizing the errors and faults of others. Number 7, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others. Number 8, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from stinginess in bestowing the Buddhist teachings and all precious things. Number 9, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from all anger. 10, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from disparaging the 3 treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please bow 3 times. Now we will have our final vow. These 16 Buddhist precepts are the three devotions, the three pure and universal precepts, and the 10 fundamental precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please bow 3 times. I will now be presenting the Raksu. If you have your Raksu, please take it up, remove it from its case. The Raksu I have here in my hands represents the Raksu that you are receiving. As I pass this to you, I will ask you to receive it from me. Then you will place it upon your head, and we will recite the vow of the Kesa. Please receive your Raksu. Please receive this. Would you place it upon your head? All right. And Gasha. Place it on your head. Right. Gasha. Please repeat after me. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Please place on your Rakusu. I know a few people have not received the silk as yet. It has been received. It is complete. I will make sure it gets to you, but have no fear that your Raksu is somehow less of a Raksu. Oh. Are we coming back there? I hope so. There we are. We had a little coming back. There we are. Can that group hear me? We had a little hiccup. Okay, good. All right. Your Raksu has been received. Now it will be the certificate of lineage. I have one here that represents the certificate that you all have received. Take it up now and hold it respectfully in your hands, on your palms, like so. I will sense this certificate and bestow it upon you. Please receive your certificate. Please receive your certificate. Oh, kakete. Yes.はい。どうぞ。おめでとうございます。I will now recite the names of our recipients today. Anshu, the safe hand, or hand of safety. Ongen, sound source. Meishin, clear mind. Kyotai, reverent, respectful body. Ansan, the peaceful mountain. Hotets, Dharma steel. That's not steel as in to rob, that steel is in iron steel. Onku, the warm sky. Myofu, the subtle, wondrous wind. Meikyo, the clear teaching. Biko, the artful light, or beautiful artful light. Shoka, smiling flower. Dayo, great tolerance. Ishin, medicine's needle. Joru, sympathy flow. Jushin, yararakai kokoro. Jushin. Now you have received your names. You have received your lineage charts. Welcome to the family. Please bow 3 times. We will now have a portion of the ceremony where you take the place of where I was sitting which also represents you sitting where the Buddhas sit and the ancestors sit. Of course, as we are here, you have to visualize this in your mind. But Mr. K, who is here, will sit for all of you. どうぞお書きになってください。この方向にまっすぐ。I will circle you, reciting a traditional chant. Symbolically, as I circle you, all members of the Sangha who have previously undertaken Jukai, anyone here who has taken Jukai before, all teachers, all Buddhas and ancestors are circling around you. Watashi mowaru toki, Buddha, Zenso, mina mowateru. もうちょっと後ろにいてください。入ってないから。Please close your eyes, mei shimite, and see that you are now sitting where I am sitting. Picture yourself sitting in this chair where I have been sitting. Place your hands in Gasho and see me and all the Buddhas and ancestors as we now circle you 3 times, or symbolically 3 times. And I intone the traditional words. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand in the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand in the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddha's precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. Arigatou gozaimasu. Now, please return to your place, and I will resume my place one more time. Please be standing in Gasho. We're coming to the close of our ceremony for today. I just want to say how joyous it was for me to be here. What we are doing is still, after all these years, I think this is the 6th or 7th time we've had such a Jukai. There are still little technological bumps and bruises. I like to remind you that there are always little bumps and bruises in life in many things. If there's anything that you did not hear today, if there is anything that was missing from the ceremony, listen again later, take it to heart. You heard it, you were present. There's nothing missing from today's ceremony. And if you have any question, write me anytime. We can confirm that you properly took the precepts and received everything that was to be received. There's nothing missing, nothing lacking at all from today, I assure you. So now, please gasho 3 times to the image of Buddha in your room. And now, our ceremony is concluded. Thank you all. Let us live this life. Thank you all. Congratulations to everyone. Give us a wave before you go. Very good, very good. All right, we'll see you around the Sangha. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. K. Gasho.